Hi guys, it's Brandy here. Thank you again for being patient and waiting for this second video. In this video, I will be sharing with you about my favorite peptides. I'll share with you how I've been using them and how they've been working for me, as well as how I've been incorporating this peptide therapy into my holistic health plan. But before we get started, I always want to say that please do not take any of the information I'm sharing with you as medical advice. I am not a medical professional. And as always, if you need medical advice, you need to go to your doctors. But today we're talking about peptides. So I'm excited. So I want to share with you the first resource that I have here. This is a book called Peptide Protocols, and it was written by Dr. Seeds. He's a medical doctor who has been one of the forerunners and a known expert in peptide therapies. And this is his book. I bought it from Amazon, so you could go straight to Amazon and get it, or there is a PDF that's online. I will try to drop it here in the description, but if not, you can search this because I think you can find the PDF online. But for me, I kind of like to have a book because, I still come from the generation where we did have books. So this is a great resource for you to have if you're kind of diving into or wanting to learn more about peptides and how they can work for you. This is a great resource for you to have. Okay, so let's get started. Now, what is a peptide? Let's just start off with that. A peptide is simply a chain of amino acids, between 2 to 50 amino acids. And what are amino acids? Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So a peptide put all together, like multiple peptides, basically make up proteins. So peptides are naturally found in our body, like everywhere in our body, we will find peptides. These are naturally occurring molecules in our body. But when you do peptide therapy, what's happening is they are creating an identical synthetic version of the peptide that is easy for our body to read. And then we inject it into our bodies. We put it into our bodies, or in some cases, maybe you swallow a pill or something, and then your body is able to respond to that peptide based on what the peptide kind of calls or signals for your body to do. So just to give you an example, there's some peptides that signal the body to regenerate and to heal. And there's some peptides that signal the body to decrease inflammation. And there's some peptides that signal the body to soothe the gut, and peptides that signal the body to increase growth hormone, and peptides that signal the body to trigger collagen production for skin, hair, and nails. Peptides often act as signalers in the body. They signal your body to do something. Okay, so I'm going to share with you about some peptides that I love. So the first peptide I want to share with you is a peptide called BPC157. BPC stands for Body Protection Complex. And what this peptide does is it signals your body to heal itself. It signals your body to regenerate. It signals your body to decrease inflammation. This peptide, BPC157, is really an amazing peptide. Anybody can use it. It's known for its powerful healing and regenerative properties. It works by promoting tissue repair, reducing inflammation, and accelerating the healing of injuries like muscle tears, ligament damage, and even gut issues. This peptide is naturally found in the human body. BPC157 was identified early in the 1990s, and ever since then, it's been very popular amongst athletes and professionals and people who are in the fitness industry. Obviously, they want to be able to repair their bodies more, and they're open to these types of therapies. So this has been used for like over 30 years already. I would say it's almost like a go-to peptide that has to do with repair in the body. Like the GLP-1s are kind of like the go-to peptide that has to do with blood sugar regulation or dealing with insulin resistance, whereas the BPC157 should be like your first thought when you need to heal something in your body, something is hurting, something is inflamed. The BPC157 is a great peptide. Okay, so the second peptide that I want to introduce to you that actually works hand in hand with BPC157, there's a lot of people who say, don't do BPC157 alone, like do it with this other peptide. And when you do it together, it always works better. It doesn't mean you can't do BPC157 on its own or even do this one on its own, but there are many, many people who take them together, and you can even find them like in a peptide vial together, like a mix of it together. So this peptide is called TB500, and it's a version of another peptide called Thymosin beta 4, so TB4. But TB500 is the more commonly used one, and it's also a great peptide for our bodies. It's found in almost every cell of the human body. And similar to BPC157, its focus is on regeneration, on wound healing, on flexibility, on reducing scar tissue, reducing inflammation in the body, reducing joint pain in the body, just really bringing down those inflammation markers in the body. And we know that inflammation is at the root of majority of our illnesses. So now you've just got introduced to two peptides that help with reducing inflammation. Actually, almost all of the peptides help with reducing inflammation, but BPC157 and TB500 are really about helping the body regenerate and repair and decrease inflammation. So these two are great peptides to have. Okay, the third peptide that I want to introduce to you today is a peptide called Thymosin alpha 1, TA1. And this peptide is an immune modulator. So it basically helps your body boost its immune system. It comes from the thymus gland, and the thymus gland is one of the superheroes of our body's immune system. This peptide is proven to boost T cell production in our bodies. So again, it's all about boosting the immune system to help you fight off infection and fight off bugs and keep you strong and not succumbing to every single germ that comes your way. Now, there are a number of peptides that support immune health, but the reason why I love TA1 so much is because it's an immune peptide that helps boost your immune system, but it doesn't overload your immune system. Sometimes when you're doing immune peptides, you just want to be careful that you don't overstimulate the immune system. And with TA1, this peptide seems to be very, very safe. It doesn't overload your immune system, and it really just helps you get rid of any lingering bugs that you may have. And there are so many other benefits. Like there's so many other noted benefits to this peptide called Thymosin alpha 1. Just think of TA1 as a way to empower your body to do what it's meant to do, which is fight off the bugs. So if you're somebody that's often worried about like being sick, or, you don't want somebody to come near you because you don't want to get sick again. And, we all worry about that, especially with all the stuff going around, right? So this is such a great peptide to have in your toolkit. Okay, so just to give you an example of how you can also reference this peptide book here, you can go into the back and then look for TA1. I have it right here. That would be pages 84 through 89. And in this book, I really do love reading the benefits of TA1 in this book because there are so many great benefits here. Just listen to this, right? Chronic stress, depression, metabolic syndrome, weight management issues, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes, increased oxidative stress, chronic fatigue syndrome, other autoimmune conditions, cancer, environmental toxins, and the list goes on. These are literally written in this book, sharing how Thymosin alpha 1 or taking it can help with these types of illnesses. So even if you're not dealing with huge things like this, you can even take it to just help your immune system. I keep the TA1 on hand. So if I feel something coming on, I might give myself, little extra doses of it. And then if I'm feeling good, then maybe I won't be taking it for a bit. I think it is a great peptide for you to have. Okay, now the last peptide I'm going to share with you is a peptide called Ipamorelian. Ipamorelian is a growth hormone secretagogue. What does that mean? That means, remember I said peptides signal the body to do certain things, right? So when you take Ipamorelian, it actually signals your body to release growth hormone. The way I like to understand the release of growth hormone is that when we're younger, we have a lot of growth hormone, and that's why we are growing. Even when the body is breaking down, the body is building quicker than the breakdown. So as we are growing, even if we're breaking down, the rebuild in our body, right? The growth hormone that's rebuilding things in our body and getting the body to keep flourishing is higher than the breakdown. So it's still rebuilding, but even though we're breaking down, it's rebuilding. So this is how it happens from when we're a child. And then when we get to 25 years old, because scientists have put their finger on about 25 years old, is when the body's breakdown and the body's rebuild start leveling out. And then as we go into our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, obviously our body starts just breaking down, and we cannot rebuild fast enough to slow the breakdown. And that's what aging is. So no matter how much our body tries to rebuild, it just cannot catch up, and then we continue aging. So when we're young, we have a lot of this growth hormone that's released in our body, and the older we get, the less we have it. So the lights are bright when we're young, and then the lights start dimming. So this Ipamorelian is a growth hormone secretagogue, and it signals your pineal gland to actually release growth hormone. So when you take it, you feel better. You start to look better. You start to feel more energy, but it's not caffeine energy. It is a grounded energy. You sleep better. you feel better. I think that this is an awesome peptide. I'm in my mid 40s and I've been taking this and I love how I feel on it. This is another peptide that you're going to cycle. So I guess that's the last thing I want to share with you is that there's so many different peptides that you can take. The more you dive in, the more you're going to learn about them, and you're probably going to be curious and excited. And that's a good thing, that you're feeling hopeful that you have a tool that can help you. Something you're going to hear about when you're jumping into peptides is that there are cycling in peptides. So you cycle peptides. You don't stay on them forever. You want to give your body a chance to be on it, feel it, listen to the signals, respond, and then you give your body a break from it. And the cool thing is that when you get off of one, you can get onto another one that you were taking a break from. So you can always be on peptides, but you can cycle them. And different peptides require different cycling. You'll be able to see about cycling in here. And the more research you do, the more you can learn about it. So as you can see, I'm pretty excited about learning about these peptides, and I have been deep diving into them. I have been involved in health and wellness for many years. And, you know, for me personally, when I got into my mid 40s, I had some major health challenges that I had to face that I never dealt with before. And it kind of put me on the search to find treatments that could help me feel better. So I'm excited because this journey has helped me be able to take care of myself and my health challenges. So basically, this is the way I am kind of setting up my health protocol. So first, it's obviously trying to make lifestyle changes, right? Every day trying to drink the water and eat the healthy food, and trying to stay away from the ultra processed food, and trying to limit the sugars, all those things. Okay, that's a given. Other than that part, which is always going to be a work in progress, the first thing that I want to make sure of is that I am optimizing myself nutritionally with supplements. So making sure that I'm supporting my gut health, because gut health is everything. A lot of the peptides have to do with the gut. So it's important that I am being proactive about supplements that I'm taking for my gut health. And one of them would be digestive enzymes and probiotics. Like those two are pretty important. And one more supplement that I take every day, well, it's not even like a supplement, it's like a whole food, is fiber. Fiber is such a simple, but yet I think overlooked supplement. So that would be like taking care of my gut, also making sure that I'm getting all the right fat soluble vitamins, essential fatty acids, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin K, all those fat soluble vitamins that I cannot produce myself. Like I got to get them from the food I eat, and I'm probably not getting them from the food I eat. So I am getting them through supplementation. Magnesium is another supplement that I think is important to take. Electrolytes are important to help your body hydrate and stay hydrated. So whole food supplements are an important part of making sure that you are optimizing your health. And then for me right now, I think for all women, not even just women, but is HRT. So hormone replacement therapy. I'm just starting my journey on hormone replacement therapy. And I am really fascinated by what adding on simple hormones can do for my health and for the health issues that I've been experiencing. And I think that it is a game changer. It can be a game changer, but of course you have to talk to your doctor, or you have to talk to hormone replacement therapy specialists. And it's getting more and more popular. So more and more doctors are learning about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It's BHRT. So that's what I'm going to drop into your ear if you're female and you're thinking like, oh, my hormones, because hormones affect everything. It might be something you want to look into, BHRT, no matter what age you are. All right, guys, I think I've spoken enough, and I appreciate you for being here right now. Thank you so much. And I'm excited to hear about your journey. Take care. Aloha.